Kelsey, and this is Igniting Insight. I wanted to do a video for you talking about the upcoming astrology for the week ahead. This is going to be from today, January 27th, through Saturday, February 2nd. And we have two really important aspects happening in the sky that are going to be the main focus of what I'm talking about today, and also where I think the main focus of your energy will be over the coming week. So first we have Mercury coming into conjunction with the Sun in Aquarius on Tuesday, January 29th, around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is going to be all about speaking, communicating, writing our truth, our individual truth, what we believe. Aquarius is all about basically finding the deepest truth no matter what is happening around you, no matter what the greater social circles are saying, no matter what the greater culture is saying. It's all about finding what is true from your internal guidance system, and with the Sun there, it's going to be about expressing that. And then when we have Mercury on top, Mercury's all about communication, so it's going to be communicating and expressing what we believe to be essentially true. So this is going to be really important for people that maybe have issues with shyness, issues with self-expression, things like that. This is going to give some positive energy towards being more communicative and being more willing to, whether it's through writing or through conversations with other people, just to put our truth out there. And I think what I also want to mention here is that shortly after this conjunction exacts on Tuesday, around 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday the 30th, the moon in Sagittarius will move into a sextile with this conjunction. So sextiles are, my cat is here. Sextiles are lend positive energy to, it's a positive interaction essentially. So the moon in Sagittarius is going to be about emotional expansion. The moon represents our heart, our inner world, our emotions, all of that, deep heart-centered energy. And being in Sagittarius is all about expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter, which is all about just expanding everything. It's a really positive energy. So what I really think that this is going to give us is the courage to speak our truth emotionally and expand our heart. So if you're in any sort of situation where, whether it's in love or relationships, or it can be in any aspect of life, and I definitely would recommend looking at which houses these planets fall in, which house Aquarius is in and which house Sagittarius is in, for you to see which aspects of your life this is going to be happening. But it's going to give us the ability to express our truth with an emotional undercurrent. So I think it's very important to know where the moon is at all times, especially if you're someone that considers yourself an empath or highly sensitive, because the moon is constantly changing. And while, it's passing over these slower moving planets like Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, every month around the same spot, with planets like the Sun or Mercury that move a little faster, any kind of aspects it's making to those planets is going to bring about a unique sort of energy. And I also wanted to say that the importance of this aspect is enunciated by the fact that last week on Tuesday, the 22nd, Venus was conjunct Jupiter, also in Sagittarius. This was a time of big expansion and major shifts in the realms of love, relationships, value systems, how we value ourselves. Self-love is very important. And we're moving away from what many of us have experienced as a long period of feeling lack or inadequacies in love and self-worth, to a more self-empowered and energetic state. This conjunction was also trining Mars in Aries, which gave confidence and assertiveness behind expanding our expression of love. So anybody that's experienced any sort of new revelations or new actions behind love and relationships, how we value ourselves, even the way that we create wealth. Venus also rules finances and money and wealth, and really it's about abundance and about the abundance that we feel from within. If you were someone that experienced any sort of changes in that aspect, any sort of expansion in those realms of life, then this Mercury conjunction with the Sun sextiling the Moon is going to kind of further the emotional energy of whatever you experienced last week. And then the other major aspect we have is Saturn in Capricorn, exactly sextiling Neptune in Pisces. And this is a really strong aspect because both of these planets are in their home signs. And actually it's important to say that right now we have quite a few planets in their home signs. We have Jupiter at home in Sagittarius, we have Saturn at home in Capricorn, we have Neptune at home in Pisces, and these are all slow-moving planets, so they're going to be there for a while. But it's not all that common to have so many planets in their home signs. Whenever a planet is at home, its energy is enunciated. It's going to be able to work the way it wants to work within the realm it wants to work in, and it's going to make it more efficient and just better. It's going to be able to work better for us. And additionally, in the sky, we have no planets retrograde, which is also pretty rare. So this is really an expansive time. It's a time when we're getting the energy we need to make the changes and to do the things we want to do. You know, a lot of us have had, kind of a rough couple of years. I just feel this energetically, that it's been difficult for a lot of people, whether that's, in home life, in relationships, in career, like anything that you've had struggles in. This is really a time where that energy is going to be transmuted, and that's kind of why that I want to be here to share this understanding now, because I don't want people to miss the opportunities that are coming with the astrology to really use these energies to grow and expand our lives and to find the fulfillment and the abundance that we've been looking for. So anyway, with that little side note being said, this Saturn in Capricorn sextiling Neptune in Pisces, again, it's a positive aspect. And what I see this being is we're finally going to be gaining some structure, which is Capricorn, and foundation, Capricorn, for our dreams and spiritual aspirations, which is Pisces and Neptune. So if you are a spiritual person and you've been wanting to make this into maybe a work or career project like I have, this is a great time. This is a great time to use this energy. Any kind of dreams that we've tried to manifest, we're going to be able to start, getting our building blocks going and create a foundation so that we can really start to experience our dreams coming true. It's really beautiful energy, this sextile. There's just a couple more things I wanted to mention for this week, which is on Thursday night, Mars in Aries will square Pluto in Capricorn. This will be around 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The energy of Mars in Aries is that of going after what we want full force, in the moment. Pluto in Capricorn, on the other hand, wants us to change the outer structures of our lives through deep inner transformation. And these energies are in a square, so that's a more, it's a more difficult aspect. So we're going to kind of have the desire to really spring forward and to make moves and to be assertive and to just go after what we want without kind of thinking of the consequences. And that's going to butt heads with Pluto's need to really kind of be slow. It's the slowest moving planet. It's all about inner transformation and spirituality. So some of us might feel like we want to just go for things, but Pluto in Capricorn is going to tell us, no, wait, you still have some inner work to do. And then those of us that are maybe like overly focused on our inner work might miss out on Mars and Aries being like, but you have the opportunity to now do things. Like, you have the energy and the assertiveness and the confidence to now go forward to these things. So whenever we have a square, it's just about finding a balance between these two things. And that's going to be an individual process that's different for everyone, depending on what else is in your chart and how these planets are aspecting your natal planets. You might be feeling more of the Mars and Aries energy, or you might be feeling more of the Pluto and Capricorn energy. This is going to take some kind of inner detective work to feel out what it is you're experiencing and how you can best balance those two energies. And let's see. I wanted to say we could feel stuck if we start making decisions to rush forward without considering the consequences of our actions. As I mentioned before, really a tempered approach is best at this time, especially when it comes to matters of career or stability, anything that's ruled by Capricorn, which is all about career and stability. And then again, going back to where the moon is, which I always think is important to look at, shortly after this conjunction exacts. Oh my god, my cat. Don't do that. I'm sorry. Let's see. The moon is going to cross over Pluto shortly after this conjunction exacts. So I think emotionally we're more likely to prefer to be working under the surface with Pluto, and the heady masculine energy of Mars could start to interfere with what we need to transform emotionally and internally this week. Again, there's no need to rush. Mars is providing its energy more positively in other areas of our life, so that's where we should focus on utilizing his energy. And then finally, on Saturday, the 2nd of February, we have Venus in Sagittarius trine Uranus in Aries. Uranus is about to leave Aries for good and move into Taurus in March. It's had a little dance. It moved into Taurus, I believe, May of last year, and then back into Aries. And Uranus spends about 8 years in each sign. So once it moves into Taurus, it's going to be in Taurus for a while. So Uranus represents kind of radical change, and in Aries it's been a lot of forceful radical change, and Uranus is one of the more distant planets in our solar system, so it's more about the collective energy, but I believe that any outer or inner planet affects us internally as well. So what I really think this is anybody that's still been kind of stuck in fear mode, if you have yet to change up your way of relating to others or valuing yourself, this is the time. This aspect is giving you one final opportunity to be a rebel and expand your heart, expand your value system, expand yourself in relationships and how you relate to others, how you relate to wealth. Get into a mindset of abundance consciousness and just kind of go for it. Uranus in Aries is giving us really rebellious energy to just make the changes. So if you still haven't left behind any old ways of relating to wealth, it's time to come into abundance mindset. Yeah, so I hope that was understandable. I didn't have too much time to make this video, but I really felt called to start this process this week. This is going to be something I'm doing weekly, so if you're interested in seeing how this evolves, seeing what's going on for next week, or if my message resonated with you in any way, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's just getting off its feet, and I'm really excited to be offering different ways of helping you through the process of navigating collective energies and also individual energies. In addition to astrology, I am a tarot and oracle card reader. I have a lot of plans to do a lot more readings. I have a couple on my channel that are mostly geared towards twin flames, but I'm going to be expanding that and doing more sign-based readings, and also just for individual areas of life that I feel called to speak to for whoever is watching. So Yeah, like the video, give me a comment, let me know what you think, or if you have any questions, I would love to get back to you. And I hope you have a great week with this energy. Thank you so much. Bye.